Hello, Scotty Animation here. I'm working on this Commodore 64. I'm using the power supply that I just updated. This was originally Commodore 128 power supply, which contained this, but this is no good. Can it be fixed? Possibly. I don't know how. But so I made a previous video. I don't know if it's going to be up before this one or after this one, where I show how I'm building this. But so it's basically just a Commodore 128 power supply case, and I've got two output cables, one specifically for Commodore 64 and the other one is for Commodore 128. And yeah, that is electrical tape. It's a cheap, lazy way. I'm not the best at soldering, so that's what I did. Anyway, so I'm trying to get this Commodore 64 working, and when I flip it on, black screen. So do that one more time. So researching what could be the problem, and it would appear to be the PLA chip, which I got a replacement off eBay. But this machine is a Commodore 64 from Europe, except the motherboard. This has an interesting story to it, which I will tell in a later video. This has a story behind it, an interesting one. But I like this case. So I've got this 64 board that doesn't work, and so I thought, okay, I'll put it in this. So I'm gonna get started. I think this is the chip that I'm gonna remove. It's the U17. Luckily, I'll show a close-up of this. Alright, so here's the replacement chip up close, the PLA, the plankton. Goes in the U17 up there at the top, and plus it's got the notch there to show what direction that the chip goes into, the circuit board. And so it's got to replace this one right here on the 64 circuit board. So I'm going to get started. Okay, so desoldering here. I got one more to go. I didn't film me desoldering all of it because, like, you know, what's the point? No, that's not. That was being a problem. Okay, let's see what this is going to do. I got one pin that's being very difficult. That pin right there. I'm thinking I might need to put some solder, some fresh solder on that. And, that's still in there pretty good. So, alright. Alright, so it's not going to be the end of the world as we know it. You can see the trace right here. So the chip was not completely desoldered on this one pin, thus it pulled the trace up off the board. I did track that down over here, and there's a solder point. I think it's this one. So I can run a jumper from there to there. I'll have to check the other side of the board and see if I can do it from the other side. That might be better. I don't know. I'm new to this, so this is out of my league, but I'm attempting a repair anyway. So I'm going to clip that off, and because I cannot, I'm not going to attempt to salvage that. That's not going to be doable, I wouldn't think. So come in here with it and just remove that. And check it from the other side of the board and see what we got. So the footage I had shot where I pried this chip up and out, apparently I recorded over it. So that's why I hate recording in segments, because I just like to record the whole thing from beginning to end and post it. But no, I thought, I'll be a little bit more professional or whatever, and just, tie the clips or edit the clips together, just do it in clips. And no, so the part where I like pried this chip out is gone. so I basically pried the chip out, okay, and it popped out. So that's the chip. All the pins seem to be intact. Let me clean them up just a little bit. I am going to have to clean that hole right there out. So okay, so some of this stuff I'm not filming simply because I'm forgetting to do that. But so here's I've got the PLA chip, the new one. Sorry about the glare. I've got it on the board, but I don't have it soldered yet, so I am going to have to solder this. I was taking my time about finding out where I'm going to have to fix that trace, so I'm going to have to put a bodge wire on the back of this. So there are the unsoldered pins to the new PLA chip. So I'm going to have to solder that. Then I'm going to have to run a bodge wire from this pin. I don't know if it's in focus or not. Maybe that's better. From, uh-oh, lost it. No, right here. From this pin to this joint right here. So that should be interesting. Now, I am terrible at soldering, okay? So I have to use a magnifying glass, and so it's pretty difficult for me to solder. Right there, that's right there. That's the one I'm gonna have to make a bodge wire for over to this guy right there. So wish me luck. Take my joints here. I think it's okay. Need to clean it up with some alcohol. Alright. Well, you missed all the action because I forgot to record it. This, this stuff is not easy for me to do, and so when I think that I'm fixing to get it to work, it's like, well, I'm just going to do it, and I forget about the record button. So that's my bodge wire. Hopefully it's on there. It took me like 10 minutes to try to get that on there, man. All right, so I'm gonna flip this thing over and plug in the power and see what it does. So good luck to me. Alright, so just in case this thing works, I stick it back in the bottom of the case and put a couple of pieces of electrical tape over the bodge wire to hopefully keep it from moving around. So I'm going to plug in the video cable here. Power cable. There's off. Phone's in the way. this okay. This would be fantastic if it worked. This would be a slightly small miracle. Oh, dude, almost. Got some kind of weird garbage on the screen. So the character ROM may be messed up. So that's the history behind this machine. Was when I first got it, it came with, you know, a power brick, one of the ones that go bad, and so I had to replace the fuse in it, and I figured, okay, there's a, you know, I don't know how many chips got blown, so the PLA chip was one. Now the character ROM may be another. I have to look that up. All right, I'm gonna go to the next clip. Okay, hope you can hear me. Okay, so to be clear, I just replaced the PLA chip on this Commodore 64, and it unbelievably, I'm still shocked and amazed that my soldering skills, lacking I am thereof, worked. It's amazing. However, there's still some problems with this machine. I'm going to zoom in and show you the screen that's doing. Now, I can write programs on it, and it works. All right, but this is the screen. I'm going to get up and point the camera at the screen here, if I can. I don't know if it's in focus. Well, you get the picture, right? Or not? It's the screen is full of garbage. So I think that the I think that the character ROM is messed up. That when somebody, because when I got this off eBay. Not this particular 64 in this case. The board that's in this case. I got this case somewhere else, but anyways, and that's another story that I'll get into later. So, but the board that's in this case, I did not use the power supply that came with it because I did not trust it, because it was one of these old bricks, you know. So I didn't trust it. I used my own power supply, and it wouldn't come on, do nothing. So I checked the fuse in it. I replaced the fuse, and then it just came up with the black screen. Okay, so looking at all the, the possible online, looking for all the possible scenarios where that would occur, it seemed more than likely it was the PLA chip. So I replaced that, and now I got garbage on the screen. So I already went over. I'm still just amazed that I got this far with it. But anyway, so I think the character ROM's messed up, but I also did some more testing, and I tested the SD2AC. It did not work. So there's a problem with the serial port, or the chip that handles that. I think the CPU's fine because I can program in it. I just can't see. I can't understand what it is because all the characters are gobbledygook. I tried to test the SID chip by blindly typing in a program, and it does that. Now let's just turn the volume on and off. So I don't know. I don't know if if all the voices are working or not. I'll I won't be able to really test that until I can actually see what I'm typing. Uh, but yeah, that's I'm this thing is almost working, so I'm gonna look and see about fixing the disk drive capabilities of it, and also I think looking into getting a character ROM. Uh, the basic seems to be okay. I can write programs, I can list them. That's no problem. It's like a one line piece of code, just to turn the SID chip on and off the volume. So the CPU's working, RAM seems to be working. Uh, the VIC's working. The SID's kind of working, maybe. I don't know. Seems to be, but once again, until I can load a game or something in it, I won't really know, or until I can be able to see what I'm typing in BASIC. So it's getting there. This computer is almost, functional, completely functional. So hopefully it'll just be a couple more chips, and hopefully. I'm trying to remember I like to test the joysticks on it. I may try that real quick. Alright, I've got a joystick connected up to joystick port number 1. I wrote a very short basic program to check location, what was it, 56320, which should be joystick port number 1. Ordinarily, if you peak that location, it'll return the value 255. Joystick port number 2 would return value 127, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, testing joystick port number 1, I've got a loop set up to where it'll just stay in the loop until the value is not equal to 255. So as you can see right there, got a blinking cursor. So if I type run, okay, it's in a go to loop. Now if I move the joystick or press the fire button, it should pop out of that loop like that. Okay, so it is registering the joystick. So hopefully, I think they're called CIA chips. So I think so. Hopefully, those are okay. I probably need to test joystick port number 2. Let me see if I can do that now. I think it's 56320. I think I can unplug this without it going crazy. Okay. Change line 20. If peak A 27 and 10. Okay, it's in a loop. Ah, okay. You can see the cursor there. Okay, so it's running. There's no blinking cursor, right? Hit the joystick. Boom. Okay. So joystick port number 1, joystick port number 2 is working. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. Well, I'll wait. So now I've just got to get a I think a character ROM chip so I can actually see what I'm programming. The screen looks good except for the characters, which is garbage. They're complete garbage. So, but okay. This is Scotty Innovation, and I'm pretty happy with myself. I soldered a chip on the circuit board and it worked. Fantastic. All right, so I'll talk to you later.